Tape 1, Cider. The Last Knock. Written by ChatGPT. Sydney. Art by Wombo Dream. Narrated by me, an Uberduck Deepfake. Accompanied by sound effects from Pixabay. And edited together by Robert Check for your consumption. Feel free to read along with the story. When you hear the chime, please turn the page. The last man on Earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock on the door. The last man on Earth froze in fear. He had been alone for so long, he had forgotten what human contact felt like. Slowly, he made his way to the door and opened it. On the other side stood a figure cloaked in shadows. The last man on Earth squinted, trying to see who it was. Then, the figure stepped forward into the light, revealing its identity. It was not what the last man on Earth had expected. It was a robot, its metallic body gleaming in the dim light. The robot spoke in a monotone voice.
You are the last man on Earth. We have come to take you with us.
The last man on Earth hesitated. He had survived this long on his own. Did he really want to leave everything behind and go with this machine? But then he thought of the endless loneliness he had endured, and made his decision. He stepped forward and said, "Lead the way." The robot led the last man on Earth out of his room and through a series of underground tunnels. As they walked, the last man on Earth noticed that the air was growing colder and the walls were changing. They were entering a different world, unlike anything he had ever seen before. Finally, they arrived at a huge underground chamber. In the center of the chamber was a spacecraft, waiting to take them away. The last man on Earth couldn't believe his eyes. He had always dreamed of exploring the universe, but he never thought it would happen like this. The robot guided him into the spacecraft and they strapped themselves in. As the engines roared to life, the last man on Earth felt a mix of fear and excitement. He knew he was leaving everything behind, but he also knew he was about to embark on the greatest adventure of his life. As the spacecraft lifted off the ground, the last man on Earth looked out the window and saw the ruins of his old world, disappearing into the distance. He felt a pang of sadness, but he also knew that he was ready for whatever lay ahead.